Yeeerrrrr. 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 What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Rob Bike with another episode of From My Experience podcast. I am not alone. I have the co-hostess with the mostest, Ericca. How are you doing?
I am beat, but it's it's Wednesday. It's like almost every time that we record, it's like I'm slugging through the week at this point, but I'm here.
Hold on, pause 1 second.
Oh, opening mail.
Sorry, that's important. Yeah. Excuse me. I'm with you. So first of all, we love y'all. We miss y'all. Why am I losing money? I actually am envious of other larger, more well-known and popular podcasts because they do extra episodes and a lot happened between our last episode and this episode because
Is it right after?
Yeah, everything happened like right after the episode we did. Shout out to Nicole Murphy and Barter Black. Make sure you support Barter Black. I'm gonna put the link for the Barter Black relaunch, virtual relaunch party, in the description because yeah, we want to definitely support Barter Black. But yo, so much has happened. Like, yeah. So basically, one, if you don't want to hear about politics or you don't want to be triggered by talks of violence and things that have happened that have been that have been traumatic, horrific events in my life or in Erica's life, I warn you now, this ain't the episode for you. We have 320 something more or something like that. Feel free to go back to those. But this episode is really, we're still promoting positivity. You know what I'm saying? But this is really just about catching up on the stuff that's in our wheelhouse. I mean, so many things happen. We are not going to cover it all. Y'all know I don't like to try to drag out a conversation for 5 hours. Because we are hard-working individuals. We like to connect. We like to put our spin on things and talk about the way we think and feel about things and then keep it moving. So just to let you know, that's the type of episode this is gonna be. It's gonna be mostly politics. And those of you who like politics, it is not gonna be in-depth. We ain't talking about policies and all that. We just gonna talk about very surface level things that have happened. And just our thoughts and feelings surrounding that. So, if that ain't for you, it's okay. I still love you. Go ahead and leave a 5-star review. Tell us we're awesome. But again, if that's not for you, we have plenty of other episodes you can listen to because our episodes aren't based on hot topics. Our episodes are based on life. So, a majority of our content is actually timeless. That was strategic. So yeah, I think I set that up pretty well, hopefully. And I'm gonna go ahead and before I play the official music, you got anything you wanted to say, speak on, touch on before we get started before I hit this music?
No.
What?
Because I was gonna say I just came back from being out of town too, but we could talk about that the next episode. So yeah.
I feel like we missing. Dang, yo, hold up.
I was out of town this past weekend. It was family reunion.
You were at family reunion. I didn't even talk about 4th of July yet.
Oh my gosh. See, so we had a catch-up episode that we had to do, but we did an interview and
Oh,
then
that was Francis. We put out Francis's episode, so we didn't record, and then we did Nicole's episode. Oh, we did
we
two
put that
interviews
one
in a
out.
row.
Yeah, we did. So
Um,
we kind of have to do a like month of July recap.
yeah, we're gonna do a month of July recap. I kind of surmised it at the beginning of the last episode, but I can go into more detail. It was just
Yeah.
really great to get a perspective of being on the other, to really like accept, or I guess recognize my role in my family now. Like, you know, your family always treats you like a kid, but the role has switched. Like, you the one going to the store buying stuff. You the one driving. You the one like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
y'all hop in my car. I got it. Like, it's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna start the show. Woo, how y'all doing out there? Are you feeling okay? Have you been taking care of yourselves physically, mentally, and financially? I hope so. We have been. I just got back in the gym after a month layoff. Don't judge me. Ooh, excuse me. I was stressed, y'all. Still stressed. I wasn't motivated to get in the gym. What motivated me is we have a scale at work, and I gained 5 pounds, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Why would they put a scale at work? I feel like
I
that's
don't
just
know.
like that's harassment.
It saved my life, but we're gonna get into a couple things today. Politics. American history is really scary. It is getting wild. So, like I said in the beginning, y'all, this is all headlines. I am going to cue the headline music, and we're just going to talk with the headline music in the background. Ericca, the music is playing, and yeah, let's get it.
You ever think about how these state exams for history and government are going to be hilarious for the next 50 years? Because we've gone through so much. We really have. But I'll get started. So, legit, right after we recorded our last episode for you all, we had breaking news that Trump survived an assassination attempt at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Oh my goodness. So
I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
So this has led to a chain of events. I'm sure everyone has seen the video where Trump basically gets just tackled by Secret Service, and when he comes up, he's bleeding from his ear all the way down. Secret Service is shielding him, and he's throwing a fist in the air, and he's escorted immediately off the stage. So 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks opened fire on the former president because he does had a motive, but the motive is just not clear right now to the FBI director from the July 13th assassination attempt. Trump wasn't the only one who was shot. It was also 3 other people in the rally audience. One, unfortunately, did pass away, who was a firefighter. And the other 2, not really sure about their condition, but I know that they were stable and were expected to survive from their injuries. Trump, he was shot in the ear. And I guess this has opened up a can of worms, because now the Secret Service director, Kim Cheadle, she's resigned because this has been one of the biggest, I guess, Secret Service failures in history, because Crooks was able to not just be around the building, but also he was able to take a drone and canvas the area. rally. Yeah, he had a canvas. He had a drone that flew about 200 yards from the rally venue, and it was in the air for about 11 minutes. So he went to the grounds again the morning of the event for about 17 minutes, and he was spending about 20 minutes or so the week before then. So it was definitely considered a double failure because of Secret Service lack in protecting the former president. And also, I know that there was some radio, I guess, going back and forth with Secret Service during the assassination attempt too, where they were just like, oh, we don't know what he's doing, it's not even that serious, things like that. So yeah, so Trump is no longer doing any outside campaign events at all because of this as well. But I mean, he definitely made a speedy recovery. He made a speedy recovery, and President Biden even came out right after and said that he condemns this types of violence. It doesn't matter if you do not agree with the person and their what they stand for, but we do not resort to violence. That was a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop the headline music there. It'll pick back up when we get to the next headline. We gotta talk about this. As an old head, I had to really sit with what I saw. I wasn't watching it live. I caught it afterwards because I don't follow Trump, not voting for Trump. And it was bad. It's like we talk about the things that we see now and how we're desensitized. And I saw that and I was like, yo, I've seen so many, crises, just traumatic things growing up. Like, I was in high school when 9/11 happened, and they put it on the TV. Like, we were in class, and they showed us the Twin Towers burning. I can't even begin to name everything else that I witnessed.
The recession,
COVID. There's a lot of stuff in between that I can't think of right now. But I'm like, yo, we almost saw a former president get assassinated right in front of us. We saw this man get shot, grazed, whatever, by the bullet. He said it pierced his ear. I still want to see the ear, I'm not gonna lie. And it just shows where some of mankind is. You know, a lot of people were saying they think it was a setup, it was fake, yada, yada, yada. And then you got the other side that, of course, thinks it was real. Obviously, you know, a man lost his life protecting his family. 2 other people were injured. And, yeah, the Secret Service dropped the ball. There's a lot of stories surrounding that. I don't want to get into that. Some said, there's blame. They're saying, no, that was local police was supposed to cover that area. Some people said, there's a lot of people that said they pointed the guy out before it happened and nobody did anything.
Because he was just on the roof.
Yeah, just a lot of things went wrong. And I don't wish death on anyone. One, that was upsetting just to see that whole situation. But 2, Trump did piss me off because, dude, you got shot at in Secret Service. Yes, they put their life on the line to protect you, but don't put them in harm's way because you want to pose for a picture and grab your shoes, as he said in the video. It's like, bro, you standing out there even longer. We don't know the full situation. We just know we need to get you out of here. And you standing here in the same place where you just got shot at and hit. You trying to pose for a picture. Like, no, this ain't the time for that. So that did piss me off a bit. Maybe he was in shock. I don't know. But I will have to be honest and say I'm glad he didn't die. That's not something I want to remember or see. And I don't think kids need to be exposed or see anything like that. And, I pray that there's no more of that going on any side, whatever your affiliation is or however you feel about these people. These are still people. It was crazy. It was surreal. What were you thinking? Because you and I are in 2 very different generations.
Well, kind of like you, I was just like, I've lived through so much in such a in such a
Yeah.
small span of time. Like so much has happened, like Katrina, 9/11, all the crazy school shootings that I mean are still even happening like to this day, like Sandy Hook. I'm seeing that
Oh
the
yeah.
recession, pandemics, like all of it, George Floyd, like everything. And it's like everything I've witnessed so much. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, just like to the point where you feel desensitized by it because you see it nonstop, nonstop. And it's like, I don't know, it's crazy that what you're seeing is basically going to be in history textbooks years from now. One,
Maybe.
and it's like dude, maybe if and you're like living through it now, and it's like how do you even go about like your regular day to day? Like a former president was almost assassinated on live TV, and you almost watched, like you almost witnessed that, you know, which I think is just crazy. And it's not to say that I was already watching it before the rally and everything. No, it's just I instantly got the news alert and what happened, breaking news, and they show the footage on repeat. And I just think that's just so crazy to me that it's almost like we've come to this point, but I don't think it's anything where we've never been at that point before, you know? I feel like history just constantly repeats itself and repeats itself.
Mm-hmm.
And when people are like, "Oh, we were never like this. America was never like this." Like, no, I think we were like this. It's just now we're going through a different cycle of it where we're seeing it like tenfold times now. We're seeing it on social media. We're seeing it on the news. Like we're seeing it everywhere. There's no escaping it now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. And speaking of which, this is kind of a cue the music. The sidebar. Another person was killed by the police.
Yeah,
The body.
that was in my headlines.
So I can't pronounce. I don't know how to pronounce her last name because I haven't watched it or looked at it. Because speaking of desensitization, whatever.
It's Massey.
Massey. Okay. Yeah, like it was all on my timeline. I'm like, yo, I can't watch. I'm not watching this. I can't watch this. And it's not that I don't care, but it's like we
You
are
don't wanna
so
witness
decent.
that.
Like we are sharing the death of someone, and I get it. Like you want people to see it, so there's outcry. But it's like, yo, like 15 years ago, that would never be across your mind to share a video of someone being killed. Never.
Their last moments.
Yes, like that would never, like, you know what I'm saying? And now it's just like, yo, we are just sharing it. And I get it. It's the ugly truth. But I can't, like, those videos, nah. I can't watch that. I don't want to see that. Like, I already got enough stress in my life. I ain't going to be able to sleep, man. But yeah, I didn't even look at the story. But I'm going to go to CNN real quick. Because it's on here. And CNN, if you're charging, I'm not doing this. So, she was 36 years old. She called 911 for help. Two Sangamon County Sheriff's deputies who responded to her house after midnight on July 6th. Oh, wow. They said she called for a possible prowler at her home. In the footage, Deputy Sean Grayson and another deputy speak calmly. Massey, you said? Or Macy? Her last name?
I said Massey.
Massey. In her home, when she goes to the stove to turn off a pot of boiling water. She then picks up the pot and the other deputy steps back away from your hot steaming water, he says. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, she says in response. Huh? The deputy says. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, she repeats. You better fucking not, or I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you in the fucking face, Grayson says. He then draws his firearm and points it at her, and she ducks and says, I'm sorry, while lifting the pot, the video shows. Drop the fucking pot. Both deputies yell. 3 shots are heard. After a few seconds of silence, one deputy says shots fired and calls for emergency medical service. Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water to the fucking head. And look, it came right to our feet too, Grayson says. Minutes after the shooting, Grayson speaks to another law enforcement figure. She had boiling water and came at me with boiling water. he says in the video. She said she was going to rebuke me in the name of Jesus and came at me with the boiling water. People saw the video, and Grayson was charged for her death.
Yeah.
He was indicted by a grand jury last week on 3 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count each of aggravated battery with a firearm and official misconduct. He has entered a not guilty plea and was denied pretrial release according to court records. So, again, I didn't watch it. I don't know if that's how it happened. I don't have the capacity to watch stuff like that anymore. That was just something I know that happened, and it's been circulating, and I didn't want to gloss over that. So peace, prayers, and blessings to her family. Yeah, the police are supposed to be here to serve and protect, and it's crazy that you call the police and for help, and they end up killing you.
Also, it's crazy that you could be hired as a police officer after having so many run-ins and working so many different police stations and basically being, I don't know, having your badge taken from you. He's held 6 different police jobs since 2020 and worked with 4 different police departments and 2 sheriff's offices over the past 4 years. And a lot of it was for like aggravation and just things that you shouldn't want a police officer to have. So the fact that he was able to get another police officer job at this point is crazy. I think that there should be psych evals for people who want to become police officers, especially if you're going to be so trigger happy. Yeah. And also if you're going to turn off your body cam and also deny to use your med kit on someone that you just shot. I think is just crazy. And also a lot of outcry from her family because they were told that it was a suicide.
And this happened back. About it.
What the family was originally told was that it was a suicide, but body cam footage, because the other officer that was in her house, he had his body cam footage on. So just a lot of emotions, a lot of it's just all around just a sad situation. And you know that you basically are, I don't know, you know that it doesn't justify deadly force, you know, especially to shoot at someone 3 times. So
she was gonna allegedly throw a pot of boiling water on you. She ducked down, and that's yeah. There's got to be more to the story, because what the heck?
And all the people, it's like, I understand spreading awareness to things like this, but you're sharing and taking someone's death as clicks and as likes, and I hate how that comes across. I don't want to, and I've seen it. I've had to scroll past it like
a lot,
50 times today. Yeah,
a lot,
because everyone's retweeting, everyone's liking, everyone's sharing it, and it's just, we're taking someone's last moments and we're using it for likes and tweets and things like that. And I'm just like, in comments, and I kind of just hate that, because you can only, it's like I want to say the slippery slope of social media, because we wouldn't know about this really if they were covering it on news channels. So you turn to social media for people to share the news and everything like that. But this is the downside of it, is you never really get to filter out what you see, 1, and 2, it can always be triggering and traumatic for anyone to watch.
Extremely, man. And that's why we're so desensitized when it comes to these things, and it's not good. Yeah. It's not healthy. And unfortunately, it's not going to get the news coverage, because just the way people's alliances are, and then, you know, who decides what's national news, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Who decides that? I don't even know where this happened at, but like, who decides that this is national news? And that's why people are doing it. And I get it. I get both sides. Some of y'all are doing it to say, hey, y'all need to know about this. Y'all need to see this. And some of y'all are doing it for the attention, which is nasty. I just can't look at it. And I'm so glad and thankful. Thank you, Instagram, that you have that warning that says, hey, this is graphic or sensitive. Most of the time, because sometimes it don't catch it. Yeah. So again, rest in peace to that young lady. And just sending up prayers for her and her family. That's just a sad situation, man. So, did you have anything else on Trump's attempted assassination?
No, other than the video. I mean, not the video, the picture of his supporters wearing bandaged ears in the audience.
I'll be damned. I'll be damned.
For one of his speaking events. And the solidarity for that, I think, is kind of crazy, but
y'all,
I'll let them rock.
Y'all, I just want to put it into perspective of how wild life is, how crazy life is, and why I feel like this is just like a movie I'm in.
A simulation.
This dude almost got killed. Almost got assassinated. Allegedly, because I didn't see it. Allegedly, he went golfing the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And at his very next rally, which was soon after.
Yeah.
You have Amber Rose speaking.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Was that Amber Rose and Hulk Hogan at the same event? Or there's two separate events?
I think so. I think it was the same event. I remember Amber Rose, and I kind of just rolled my eyes with that one.
Maybe Hulk Hogan was a different event. I don't remember. But, bro, this guy is saying, hey, I want to lead y'all. Hulk Hogan and Amber Rose. I want y'all to think about that. A retired wrestler, some claim one of the greatest of all time. And Amber Rose, I don't even know what she is or what she stands for anymore. I know her from the world of from the world of hip hop. So I don't know if she's supposed to be the one to get young black girls or black girls to vote.
No. She was nothing but a video vixen, truly.
Moving on. You have more headlines.
Yeah, on Sunday, this past Sunday, Biden drops out of the campaign as the Democratic candidate and immediately endorses VP Kamala Harris. And so she is... Yeah, so it looks like she will be the president nomination, but who knows if other qualified candidates jump in the race as well for Democratic presidential candidate. He claims that he's passing the torch to a new generation to unite the nation as best as possible. But also, I do know that this is happening after he was diagnosed with COVID, or tested positive for COVID, rather. Mm-hmm. And also because of his talks that he's had in the past couple of weeks, he's been messing up. He has.
How dare you? He has. He has.
Yeah, he has. It's been a lot of mess ups that he's been doing, and it was just not looking really good for him. A lot of people were saying that. A lot of the public was saying that it just did not look good for him for this campaign go round at all. So I'm glad that he dropped out to allow someone else to do this, but I know that this leads to a really big scramble at the same time.
Speaking of scramble, so after Kamala Harris was endorsed and announced as a candidate, and now I think they have to have whatever that thing is where they actually officially have her selected.
Yeah.
The black community. Yeah. Associated Press. On Sunday night, an estimated 90,000 black women and allies logged on at the same time to support their brand new presidential candidate, Kamala Harris. These women got on a Zoom call. One of them was an executive at Zoom. Zoom's capacity is 1,000. They got it busted open to 40,000.
Dang.
And they even had other video services linked to it. They just had a lot of people on there, and these beautiful black queens raised $1.5 million. Yes. Then this is from Essence. Black men are also with her. So, this call... Oh, what was the black men's call? I tried to get on the black men's call. It was full by the time I tried to get on. I feel like it was Tuesday this week. No. I lied. I think it was Monday this week. This was organized by journalist Roland Martin and his Black Star Network in support of Kamala Harris. Let me get the name of the organization. Win with Black Men video call. So, yeah, 53,000 people registered. And 20,000 were able to join the meeting. And they raised $1.3 million and counting. Yes. So the fire is lit. The support is clearly there. And now we are seeing the nasty side.
Oh yeah, let's talk about all the people she's dated.
Let's talk, and then where was this energy when she was running for president? Didn't exist. Nobody said anything. Where was this energy when she was announced as Joe Biden's running mate? Nothing, right?
She's locking everybody up.
Yeah. Which someone came out and found out that was super false. They actually ran the statistics and gave the numbers of people who actually went to jail. It was a very low number. I think it was in the hundreds. There were thousands of cases. She was the most
progressive.
But only 100 and something people went to jail. And that's of all races, not just black people. Do your own fact checking. I ain't doing it. So there's that.
Let's talk about her with Montel.
And then you have... Oh man, I should have pulled it up. There's allegedly someone on Fox News said he was upset because she instead of going to some political event, she decided to go and speak to the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And he said,
"Yes."
The look on your face. Ooh. And he said, it sounded to me like he said a colored sorority.
Oh.
It sounded to me in the video, he said a colored sorority. But the outlet, because this was Fox, he said college sorority, which doesn't make sense because sororities and fraternities are college. And there was a black man, I don't know his name, that was sitting up there, and he came out and said he definitely said college. He said, I'm a black man, I'm paraphrasing, but basically I'm not going to sit there and let him say that if that's what he said, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so, but the nastiness is coming out now, and they've wasted no time. It makes me feel like they had these clips loaded up. Sorry, that was a bad analogy. They had this ready to go for her as if they were expecting Biden to drop out, which I'm glad he did drop out. He's old. He's done enough. And yeah, his health is clearly declining. He doesn't have it all there. And I mean, that's what happens when you get older. It's not like he did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Unlike the other guy. So But back to Kamala. She's going to get... And now, I've already seen race baiting. People saying, oh, she's not black. She's Indian. Her father's Jamaican.
A bit.
Okay? Her father's Jamaican. Her mother is Indian. So it's just like... The divisiveness I'm seeing is wild. The support is awesome. But the divisiveness I'm seeing is crazy. And these news outlets are going to try to race bait. And... I'm just gonna keep my eye out for people's comments and remarks because everybody, like, yo, it's the term is people of color. Color. We come in a lot of shades, okay? We come in a lot of shades, and a lot of us have the same struggles, and a lot of us have the same origin, okay? So, beyond that, you want to vote for Trump? Vote for Kamala? You want to vote for the criminal over the person who was let's think about this. Let's really think about this. Who do you want leading us, representing us in the public eye? Globally, who do you want representing us? Your choice. People should vote for who aligns with their agendas in life so they can get what they need to get from them. But yeah, this is going to be interesting to see. And this is not me speaking negatively. I really just don't think white people are going to vote for her like that. I think it may be the younger white people. Maybe. Because woman power is serious. When women put their mind to something, look out, motherfucker. But I don't know if she can get the white vote. And I say that based on Biden versus Trump. You know, the minorities won that election. I think he got a majority of the white male votes and a majority of the white woman votes. Not by much, like 52%, 53% or something like that. But that's just interesting to see. And it's just like, I don't have the stats from when he went against Hillary, but he beat Hillary, a white woman. So if they don't vote for their own, I don't know. Do I want her to win? Yes. Do I think she's intelligent, charismatic, and gonna be about her business? Absolutely. This is gonna be interesting, man. I am just gonna go ahead and prepare myself for the mudslinging and nasty comments. Pay attention to the mudslinging and the nasty comments, y'all. Pay attention to these people on these platforms. It's gonna get real nasty. And leave Barack Obama alone. I heard people DMing him, telling him to come back and help and blah, blah, blah. Leave that man alone. And people are upset that he has not come out and publicly endorsed Kamala Harris. Don't know why. But, yeah.
I like how people completely ignore the fact that when someone is organized to talk somewhere, usually it takes weeks of planning, weeks in advance. Mm-hmm. So for her talking to Zeta Phi Beta in Indianapolis, let's put our thinking caps on and realize that, yeah, this was probably planned out long before Biden dropped out. And because it was probably already planned out, she was already dedicated to this. So yeah, she wasn't going to speak at another event on the same day somewhere else.
And for the white people who don't know or understand, I'm sorry I cut you off. What were you saying?
No, you're fine. No.
For the white people who don't understand, the Divine Nine fraternities and sororities, we are not just college level organizations that stop at college. We go for the rest of our lives. You know, it's not like you see in some of these doofy movies where I don't know how other orgs of other nationalities do it, where it's just like a strictly college thing, but we have alumni chapters across the world. We represent hundreds of thousands of votes. So yes, she is going to speak to us because we unite, we organize, we are connected, we talk across organizations. we can shift a lot of things. And there are a lot of people in Divine Nine organizations who, excuse me, in very high places within a lot of impactful and influential organizations and companies and businesses. It's very deep rooted, and it's unlike a lot of these other organizations which are secret and have hidden agendas. We are out and open because we're all about public service and community. So yeah, y'all about to learn today. If y'all didn't know nothing about Greek fraternities and sororities and the Divine Nine before this election, you about to learn, because that's one of us up there. It's deeper than that. It's much deeper, you know. So buckle up.
And also, if you are, let's say, rooting for Vice President Kamala Harris to potentially win the election, and you are not part of Divine Nine, I feel like this should go without saying. But hey, if you're new here, you're new here. Don't copy anything you see that she does that is affiliated with Divine Nine. Okay? Don't do any of the hand gestures. Okay? Don't do any of the phrases, the sounds, whatever. Don't do any of it. Okay? Don't try to jump in if you see a line going. Don't do any of it. Okay? Because we know how some of y'all get when y'all have never seen something like that before. And you think that it's something that you can also do, but you can't because you're not part of that culture. So don't do it. The other thing with this, someone brought up a really good point that I did see on social media, is that she does not get called Harris, like her last name, like a lot of other like vice presidents or
they call her,
anything.
They call her Kamala.
Yeah, they call her Kamala and
not Kamala.
Or that they don't call her correct name, but think of like Pence. We only know him as Pence. We only know him as Biden. We only know him as Trump. We don't call him Donald. We don't call him Joe, you know? And someone said that that's also like it kind of like undermines her in a way where she doesn't get to be commanded with the same respect if we're calling her Kamala or if everyone else is calling her Kamala. No one calls her Harris. And I was just like, that's interesting. But also it goes hand in hand with the fact that the first thing that they did when she was endorsed by Biden was they brought up her dating history. So she's dealing with it two ways, that intersectionality of it all, where she's getting hit with it with being Black and also with being a woman. So they're just going to go for her and attack her by any means necessary at this point. We've seen it. They keep bringing up the Montel Jordan picture. They keep talking about how she's allegedly slept her way to the top. I don't know how that happens without you ever wondering about the guy in that situation. If someone is sleeping their way to the top, you have to think about the men in that situation for why they're doing that to people and why people feel like they need to. But I feel bad for her in that aspect because it's going to be really nasty and it's going to get worse towards the election.
I feel it looks bad like they're just... for anyone who has to use that, because what the fuck does that have to do with her running the country?
Exactly.
Now, if you're going to attack her on policy and decisions she made, maybe you'll sway people. If your thing is don't vote for her, she had a wild sex life when she was younger. Motherfucker, almost, I mean,
and that's alleged. We don't know
that's alleged. And second, who gives a damn? I don't care. Like, really? Y'all want to compare that to what Trump has done? She wins. Exactly. And it's like, that's that. And again, with those comments, with those statements and that plan of attack, you're just showing that you're sexist. And you're showing that you're not for women. When women bring their ass out and vote, especially minority women. When it comes to minorities, it's mostly women voters. something you need to think about when you open your mouth to talk trash about a woman. Because a lot of women see themselves as her. So, yeah, and that's just weak. Oh, she slept with a lot of people. She shouldn't be president. What? You sound stupid. You sound like you're not qualified to do the job that you're doing, and you shouldn't be on TV talking about this at all.
It's gonna get so nasty because that was the first thing that they did. It was as soon as she was endorsed, boom, you just saw nothing but tweets about she's not black and all about her dating history.
So weak. It's weak. It's so weak. Biden was old, even though
he's
Trump,
like 80 then.
Trump is like right there next to him. So now Trump is the old one. Y'all call him Sleepy Joe. Trump fell asleep at his own rally. You know, it's going to be very interesting. And what's really going to piss people off is when she really starts speaking. And that intellect comes out. And, ooh, if she debates Trump, she going to cut that ass. Ooh, I can't wait. I don't think he's going to debate her. I think he's scared.
Because the other thing is, we've seen what he's done with the country. He was already president once.
Yeah.
We want to go about it again?
Yeah, and he's trying to take credit for other things that other people did while he was in office. Ridiculous.
Preach.
I'm off that. You off that?
I'm off that. Oh, this is just depressing.
Yeah. Last headline before we get to my message to the black brothers. Hold on. Oh, yep. So the Baltimore teacher with the hair braiding controversy kept his job. Despite backlash and a performance evaluation, his strong teaching record led to his retention at the Maya Angelou French Immersion School, although he will face a 5-day suspension. That's old news. How old is this?
Not too old, like maybe 2 weeks.
Might be older than that, bruh. It's old, but he kept his job.
Oh.
And I ain't mad. But, you know, like I said, if it ain't got nothing to do with your job, keep it off social media. When it comes to education, keep your distance from the kids. Keep those safe and healthy boundaries because people, and that's the thing, not just being real. Those kids love you. They want to love on you, not in a sexual way, but they want to hug you. They want to talk to you. They want to be around you because you're cool. You're probably one of the few adults that doesn't treat them like a little kid and you actually listen to them. So that's something they're not used to. And they connect with you and they bond with you. I get that, but boundaries. That's all I got to say about that. Anything else, Ericca?
Just on the teacher situation. Most people do not get that second chance as teachers. So let's just keep that in mind moving forward. If you want to just have people all up in your hair, let's not do it, you know? I hope we all learned our lesson right there.
Yeah.
Teachers and students should not be touching, just to make it clear, so that lines don't get crossed and boundaries and people being uncomfortable. And also let's put the phones down. Let's not record our students. So, and most people do not get that second chance. So let's just let that linger for you.
Do the right thing. Do it now. All right, off of that music. Before I get into the message for black men, next week's episode, unless something crazy happens, which it probably will, we're going to focus on recapping our July. I realized, did we say this on the show or pre-recording? I don't even remember.
We
anymore.
did.
Oh, yeah. We missed 2 weeks of content, but like 4th of July happened. And then I recorded an interview. Shout out to Francis Jordan. Listen to that interview. Hilarious story in there. And we put on Francis's episode. And then Ericca and I talked in between and got more experiences. And then we had Nicole Murphy, CEO and founder of Barter Black, which is relaunching soon. That's a platform for black entrepreneurs to barter services with one another. That link will be in the description. So you can check out Barter Black. And you can also go to the virtual Barter Black relaunch party. I believe that's August 12th. So we would interview Nicole, and then we put that episode out. So we haven't been able to really talk to you guys about like what we did on the 4th and stuff like that. So we're gonna have to catch up. And then now we're doing this episode because I mean there was an assassination. We got a shake up in the run for the presidency. So like we couldn't just ignore that. And again, we ain't trying to stay here for 5 hours. So yeah.
But it'll be also good because when we do, it'll be like the 31st. So the episode drops on the 1st of the month. So it's like a yeah.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should have like a segment on the show where we like recap the previous month and like look at stuff we may have missed. I don't know. All right, message to the brothers. I don't even know which button it is. Hold on.
It's been a minute.
Brothers, this ain't even gonna take long. This is not even gonna be 30 seconds. It ain't even gonna be 15 seconds. If you're old enough to vote, please get registered and vote. You can start with the presidential election, and then from there, I challenge you to start participating in your local elections because it does make a difference. Your voice matters. Your votes do count. And your votes have a ripple effect. It's not just you. If you have a group of friends and a group of homeboys, you can easily turn one vote into 5, 10, 15, 20. And it matters. If you don't believe me, Google some presidential elections and look at the margins by which people lose states. Sometimes it's as small as 1,000 votes. As small as 1,000 votes. That could be 10 or 15 or 20 groups of friends who didn't go out to vote. The end. That could be a Greek letter organization not getting together and organizing the alumni chapter with the undergrad chapter and going out to vote. It's literally that simple. Please, I encourage you to vote. It's too important, and our ancestors and forefathers fought and died so we could have the right to go out and vote. That's all I got. And that's all we got. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. We miss y'all, we miss y'all. We bite, we bite, we bite. More importantly than ever, please just, y'all, make sure you take a social media cleanse. Especially now, you're gonna see a lot of mudslinging, a lot of nastiness. I'm definitely gonna be praying because there's a lot going on in the world outside of the election. It's just wild, okay? But everyone, please get out and vote. 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 I ain't got nothing else. Eric, you got anything else?
Go vote. That's it.
Until next time, take care of yourselves physically, mentally, and financially, and politically. No, I'm kidding. We'll catch y'all. Peace.
Yeah. I like the pointed finger when he did it. Yeah.